Hey, Shalom, Makim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakwadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth, and that's still teaching His truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. I'm the brother Tazamah from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson, and I pray this lesson will be edifying and to the point. And this lesson is not going to be too long at all. I'm not coming on this lesson to point the finger and laugh at nobody or anything like that. That's not what this lesson's for. But at the same time, all right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will set examples up in Israel. All right, and the examples that He'll set up, it can be examples of how to be. As the scripture says, mark the perfect man and is in thereof his peace. There's other scriptures that state, be ye followers of me, as I'm a follower of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. But there's also examples set up of not to be. Okay? And it's, through the Spirit, one of my recent videos, I did last week, I made a point about this guy that you see on the screen, Alazar Ben Loya, which was formerly, the head of the Sakari camp, which he, after this whole after what happened allegedly with, his, one of his wives and text messages being shared to brothers. And that's another thing, all this messiness that goes on in Israel. That's why, beginning with the apostles on down, they made the point to let us, they made the point to tell us, like, look, don't be trying to bring your woman around, and this sister got this sister's number. It's a sister group chat, and talking to this brother. How the hell does this man have another man's wife's number? Oh, well, my wife knows the sister, and she got the screenshots from her, and the apostle said it, man. That kind of stuff was going on at the school in One West, and it brought forth a lot of confusion. But anyways, allegedly what was going on between, Alazar and one of his wives, and text messages that was being shared of, explicit acts that I guess the man is into, or whatever the case may be. Let this example, let Alazar be an example of how not to be. And this is a prime example of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai humbling an individual right before our eyes in the midst of the congregation, as the scripture says. Sirach chapter 1, verse 28, it says, distrust not the fear of the Lord when thou art poor, and come not unto him with a double heart. Okay? Come not to him with a double heart. And this individual that you see here on the screen, okay, he has slandered the men that the men that taught him, brought all kinds of, I ain't gonna say brought, but I'd rather say pushed very, very heavily, the wearing of hats in the ministry. Okay? He's brought in very heavily, down talking the Apostle Paul, saying that, the Apostle Paul wasn't divinely inspired by the Most High, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh Shai he dealt directly with the Apostle Paul, making points stating that, I know Deacon Akas said this, but I mean, obviously they believe the same thing, because he said this when he was a part of Sakari camp. The word of the Most High, the Bible is not the word of the Most High, but what the word of the Most High is contained in the Bible. He said Esther is not the book of Esther is not the word of the Most High. All these different, points that just further proves this man's, hypocrisy. And hey, every last one of us got some sort of thing that we deal with, or secret, whatever the case may be, that's between you and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But this man, he didn't. Matter of fact, let's continue reading the scriptures. It's going to break itself down. Distrust not the fear of the Lord, when thou art poor, right? And come not unto him with a double heart. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Okay? Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. And like I said, this, Alazar has spoke some very, very damnable things, man. going on different platforms, and like I said, cursing out the men that taught him, I'm talking about saying off the wall things. And this man, his head was puffed up to the clouds, as if he could not be brought down. You see? But the Lord has a way, or he has a way of humbling you. He has a way of humbling you, and he has a way of bringing you down. And boy, oh boy, this individual's fall was hard. You see, hey, the higher, how's the saying go something along the lines of like the higher they are, or the taller they are, the harder they fall. And man, this man's head was puffed up to the clouds. This is why it's important to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and don't play with the Lord and don't play with his men. Because he's had ample times to take heed to the astonishment and to the rebuke. But what did he do? He would get in his emotions and just he couldn't accept rebuke. He would go on platforms and curse people out and call us rapists and pedophiles and all this other kind of stuff. You know? And it's crazy. Because a week ago, he was talking crazy. He was talking greasy. A week ago, just a week ago, he was talking crazy. You know? Saying that we at Great Millstone, we leave a stain on the Hebrew Israelite community. But now look, just days later, this is what happened. If you can't see that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai ain't speaking, then I don't know what else to tell you. So it says, be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul, right? And so the Most High discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. He never examined himself. He never examined himself. So what happened? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai brought him down in the midst of the congregation, because all this came out today. Amongst Israel, all this came out today, and you could just imagine what was going through his mind, like damn, like man, he's through. You see, it says, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord. He didn't truly fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He made this truth about himself. He tried to prop himself up as this grandiose individual, trying to put a name upon himself. Chief priest this, and I'm the chief priest. But now look. And the scripture says, let me get it real quick. How's it go, Salaki? It was just at the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, that's right. I think it's Proverbs 16. Just want to make sure. Yep, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. An haughty spirit, a proud, arrogant spirit before a fall, man. Pride goes before you being destroyed. And once again, he has been extremely proud for a very long time. A very long time. You see? And it's like, damn. It's crazy. Because, let me see if I can find it real quick. Salaki, this is the chat. This is about a week ago. Okay, this is a week ago. This is on 3. I'm sorry, I posted this on 3-2, but I recorded this. I forgot what day this was on. This had to be this was last week sometime. And he was responding to the brother's video. Yahweh, the Judah, we call him Big Judah out there in LA. And he said that he had this to say.
This is the same organization that told everybody it is lawful, which they're wrong about. It is lawful to forcibly have intercourse with a girl of any age as long as she has started her menstrual cycle.
And he was saying this pretty much. So like he was saying this pretty much. All right. He was saying this to slander. He was saying this to bring up a false accusation. You know, because he made that point about the 1,000 years. You know, we have roughly from now to 1,000 years till Yahweh Shah could return. You know, it's looking pretty good for us, but anything can happen. Because he was on his media tour. You know, he was on this podcast. He was on No Jumper. He was doing this, that, and the third. You know, he was getting all kinds of he had all kinds of money being sent to him from tithes and donations and this, that, and the third. Blah, blah, blah. So he felt like he couldn't be brought down. But Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, he humbled you. He humbled him in the midst of everybody and brought out his deep, darkest secrets. Brought it out to the light. Brought it out. This is Luke 12:2. All right, it says for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. See that there's nothing covered that shall not be revealed. Nothing hid that shall not be known. You see, there's nothing that you can hide that won't be revealed, because ultimately Yahweh Bashem Al Shai exposed them. He can look at the individual, he can look at the text messages and the screenshots and this, that, and the third. This person did that, and his wife sent this to this girl, that blah 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 blah, and man, all you connections. I get it. In the flesh, I get it, but ultimately, who's in control? Scripture says, man's goings is of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? So all that happened in that span of time to ultimately show forth his hypocrisy. And he got revealed in front of everybody. It says, therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light. See that? Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light. And that which ye have spoken in the ear and closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So everything has been made known. Everything has been laid open, manifest. And the scripture says that whatsoever is light maketh manifest. I think, actually, you know what? I think that's actually like in Ephesians or something. Let me see real quick. Yep. This is Ephesians 5 and 12. It says, for it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. So let's read this in the NLT. It is shameful even to talk about the things that ungodly people do in secret. And once again, his secrets were revealed. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai allowed that information to come out for a reason. Verse 13, but all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. You see? For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. See? And who's ultimately the light? Yahweh Shai is the light. John chapter 1. Okay, he's that light. He made manifest. Hey, what's that? John the 3rd chapter. Let's get that real quick. John 3. And 20. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. Lest his deeds should be what? Exposed. You see? And when you come into this truth, man, you got to lay everything open. You got to be open with Yahweh Bashem Al Shai so that you can accept the fact that you need to be healed. He never really truly repented. He got a name for himself. And he thought that his name would be his he thought that he would be able to hide behind that persona. But hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has a way of pulling your card, man. He has a way of showing that you ain't shit. You ain't nothing. When I say you, I'm talking about us collect. Like we're nothing to Yahweh Shema. I ain't gonna say like we're nothing, but we're like nothing pretty much. The scripture says, "Why is earth and I gotta get it? Why is earth and ashes proud?" Sirach chapter 10 verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? So why be proud? When your day, hey, the scripture says that the glory of man is like the grass, like the flower. One moment the flower is there, and then the next moment is gone. The heat rise up, and that mother withereth away quick. That's just like us. So it says, "Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man." You see, a covetous man, a greedy man. You see. And now this is mainly talking about Esau, but you can liken this unto Jake that's in the truth, being greedy for money. Having $500 coaching sessions a month, $500 coaching sessions. And at one point they was praying, you could pray, you could buy a prayer. If you need a prayer, you could pay. Making merchandise of the truth. These things were being said for a long time to this guy. And he just never took heed. He never took heed to the reproof. He never took heed to the counsel. Scripture says, "He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall be destroyed, and that without remedy." And his image has been Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai has destroyed this man's image in front of everybody, to the point whereas he resigned. He said, "Look, I'm done. I'm stepping down from Sakari. Bye." Who knows what's gonna happen to this guy? I don't know. Like I said, this video is not about the whole exposing of, what was said. That's neither here nor there. This lesson is rooted in this man's activity being an example. What you see before you, letting this be an example to fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because he's done. He's finished. We may never see this individual again. Who knows? I don't know. But he has left a tremendous stain on his name. And he just said, he, like I said last week, the Great Millstone, that rape doctrine left a stain on the Hebrew Israelite community. It left a stain on the Hebrew Israelite community. And look at how all things start crumbling down on you. The scripture says, "Render no man evil for evil." And that's exactly what this dude has done. On top of other things that's happened in the past that I'm not going to go into. But anyways, Sirach chapter 10 verse 9, it says, "Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul, for such an one setteth his own soul to sale." Right? "Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels." Let's read that in the NLT. I'm sorry, in the GNT. Just so we can get a better understanding on the wording. Sirach chapter 10 verse 9 in the GNT, it says, "We are only dust and ashes." It says, "What have we got to be proud of our body?" What have we got? What have we got to be proud of our body? This doesn't seem like it's worded correctly. What have we got to be proud of our body decays even while we are alive? We are only doesn't what? It just seems like it's not it just seems like it's not worded correctly in the GNT. But at the end of the day, the point is that we're only earth and ashes, man. We're not. How about Shemal Shai don't need us. He don't need any of us. But when you boast yourself up, when you boost yourself up to be bigger than who you really are, the Lord will let you know. He'll put you down and let you know that you're not needed. And you become an example in front of everybody. Scripture says, he that Yahweh Shah said, he that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. That's who Yahweh Bashem Shah is going to exalt. He's going to exalt the lowly. As a matter of fact, there's a scripture on that. I think it's exaltation. This is actually a good one. Let's read a few of these. Psalms 136, 138 and 6, and I'm gonna leave it at there after this. It says, though Yahweh be high, yet hath yet hath he respect unto the lowly. Who's the lowly? The humble. You see, that's who Yahweh Bashem Shah is going to look to. He's going to look to a man that's of a broken and contrite spirit. You know, now was he in a contrite spirit in this video? Yeah, he didn't even. You know, this is brother Alazar. I'm not even gonna put the chief priest and gorilla Hebrew. I'm not gonna say any of that. He was very humble in this video. Still was trying to justify himself on particular things, but that's neither here nor there. And mind you, this is from Apostle Gabar's page. But he's walked around with a very, very proud spirit for a long time, for many years. That he's been in this thing. He has never really showed himself to be contrite. People try to correct him, but talk shit about him and try to move on from their tutelage. you know. It says, but the proud he knoweth afar off. See that? The Lord ain't dealing with no proud look, right? Surely he scorneth the scorners. See that? And he scorned a lot, big time. So now he's being scorned. Now he's being mocked at this given point. You see? But he giveth grace unto the lowly. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. Woo, man, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. See that? When pride cometh, then cometh shame. And was this man, and boy oh boy, was this man put to shame. You wanted that fame, you wanted that clout, you wanted that notoriety, you wanted that publicity. Well, the Lord definitely gave you some publicity, for sure. But that's all I'm going to say on this. I pray this was edifying to the elect. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders, great millstone that taught us his truth, and that's for teaching his truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.